On today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select The Black Widow Special Collector's Edition action figure. Not only does Black Widow come with her own display stand, but she also comes with a pint-sized micro version of Ant-Man, which is kind of cool. I really like that. Having a look at the package, spin around to the side, I also really like this artwork here of Black Widow. Kind of also looks like Scarlet from G.I. Joe. I like this. It's good artwork. And we spin around to the back. Other figures available. There's the Thor, the classic Thor that we've already had a look at, and Hawkeye. Your brief, I shouldn't even say brief, it is a pretty decent read-up. It says, orphaned as a child, Natasha Romanova was recruited by Soviet intelligence and, after years of intense training, joined the Black Widow program, a team of elite female sleeper agents. Following her first encounter with Avengers, Natalia broke her programming, returning to Russia, where she broke all ties with former superiors. Upon her return to the USA, she divided her time between freelance work for Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. and informal assistance on Avengers missions against the likes of the Sons of the Serpent, Ultron, and other threats to world peace and safety. This Black Widow figure includes battle scene display base sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. To check out more, you can also head over to www.diamondselecttoys.com, makers of fantastic statues, figures, and of course Mini-Mates. I love Mini-Mates. That being said, Spot is going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up. And of course, when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select The Black Widow. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's more heading your way. Stay tuned. How about the first thing we have a look at is this awesome display stand that comes included with Black Widow. A battle-worn, ravaged scene here. It looks as if, obviously, my first thought was Doombot. Then I said, Spot, don't be ridiculous. It's probably like an Ultron Sentry, where you've got the arms, the legs in disarray, circuits exposed, some wires going on there, some bullet casings. Really an awesome display stand. I say awesome, but I probably, it probably sounds like a broken record after a while, but it does. I mean, I gotta props it to Diamond Select Toys. I mean, they do fantastic work when it comes to not only figures, but like display stands. How often you get stuff like this anymore? Like, even like Marvel Legends. When do you ever get like a cool display stand like this anymore? It's like gone are the days where you get dynamic stands. I just I miss it. Am I the only one that misses display stands? Bring back display stands. At any rate, there is, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little notch, there's a little hole right there, and you can take the included, speaking of which, there's a little bug that's flying around here. Hi, Mr. Bug. Speaking of bugs, there is little Ant-Man here. He's not posable or anything like that, but a little comic-inspired, comic-style Ant-Man. He has a peg and a little slot underneath here, and we'll just take the figure itself. It only goes one way, sadly. Clips that into place like this, and take his foot and peg that into place, and you've got Ant-Man hanging out. I don't know if he was there during the battle or if he's just shown up afterwards. Little Ant-Man character. Again, doesn't really do anything but a nice little nod. I like stuff like that. I like when you can just add little things like that, and you look at it later and you're like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Put that to the side. Now, sadly, she's posed like she should have weapons. She has no guns. She has no guns. That's kind of disappointing. Unless they just thought, yeah, maybe we should leave guns off, but come on, it's Black Widow. A Black Widow I kind of think of like, well, Punisher. I feel like those two figures, even a Deadpool. Imagine a Deadpool coming with no weapons and no swords, no nothing. Like, she's posed with it. Like, she's got her hands like in trigger points. Like, well, a little better than what I've just done. Her hands are like this, but for some reason they just didn't include weapons. It's kind of sad. Face is good. I like the face. I'm probably one of the many people that you look at you look at Black Widow and you automatically think Scarlett Johansson. So obviously this isn't a Scarlett Johansson likeness. This is a comic likeness of Black Widow. It's a pretty good face. Kind of also looks like April O'Neil a little bit. Nice long red blowing hair. Also a really nice touch. Her body is similar to what we've seen with, you know, the Black Widow from the movies. It's got a Black Widow symbol and that kind of black jumpsuit that she's known for having with some, you know, thigh-high, I should say, like calf-high boots. And she's got her little gauntlets on her wrists. Again, I like the figure. I just perplexed. I kind of, you know, imaginary face. I just kind of scratch my head and I'm like, well, why wouldn't they have included guns? I don't know, just makes no sense to me. In the way of her articulation, her head does rotate left and right, up and down. She has a slight issue with her hair, as most female figures tend to do, because her hair is sculpted the way it is. You know, when you get to the head's certain points, it fights itself with it, like the shoulder points. I don't know if face, like front way looking at her, if her face looks great. It's not bad, but it kind of feels like it's just missing something. It's missing a little bit of something. Although, when I gotta say, when you kind of have the figure sideways, I think that's probably how I'm gonna have her displayed. It's kind of posed sideways. To me, I think that's just a good look for her. Front on, maybe not so much, but from the side, I think that's where the money is. Shoulders on a hinge point. They rotate all the way around and hinge outward. Arms also hinge and rotate. I mean, we're really talking like the level of Marvel Legends style of articulation. Waist swivel as well, though really not a substantial amount of swivel. But you can still, you know, you can kind of still move her head, kind of rotate her waist, have something going on that way. And then as for her legs are pinned. There's a little hinge point on there, but it's a pin hinge, so it rotates forward and back and out. She doesn't have a swivel point in the thigh area, but she does have a double bend at the knee. And finally, she has a swivel in her foot, which also hinges up and down. There we go. It's a good figure. I know there's not really a whole slew. I know they're not, you know, chomping at the bit, so to speak, to release multiple Black Widow figures. I think the figure's decent. She could kind of do, I think she could really afford an update. This is an older figure. This, I think she could afford an update. Maybe even not a Scarlett Johansson update, a movie-inspired Black Widow, but even like an updated Black Widow figure, I think would have helped a bit. Still strange that she doesn't come with any sort of weapons. I like the display base. I like the inclusion of Ant-Man. Can you see him right over there? He's right down there. I think the figure works. Just kind of wish she had some accessories, that's all. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Marvel Select, Diamond Select Toys, Marvel Select Black Widow. Spot picked this up from his local comic book store, and as Spot always says, if you can, support your local comic book store and you pick up goodies like this Black Widow here. Also, stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more videos, of course, heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.